of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Hey, what's going on? Happy Monday. I believe we are live here on the YouTube, double YouTube and Twitter. Yes, we are live. Hello, how are we doing? Welcome in. Episode 152. Wow, we've made it 152 episodes. And if you're here right now, then you're in for the 152nd edition of whatever this is. Started out as me just kind of going live and rambling for about 20 minutes. And now sometimes it goes as long as 2 hours. And then there's guests and it became a whole thing. But speaking of becoming a whole thing, I hope this Monday has become a whole thing of the past for you. I know for the Australia listeners, you're already on Tuesday, so you're starting out a little bit sooner than I am. But big up to every single one of you. Yes, Chewy is here. I don't know why it's so cluttered. Maybe I need to turn. I moved this monitor for the Super Bowl yesterday. There we go. That's a little bit better. How are we doing? Big up everybody in the chat. And if you are in the chat, get your vote in the poll. All right, there's a poll right now. The question is, what's your general vibe around ANGE at Spurs so far? I also want to do, it's kind of like a numbers rating. Look, I saw a tweet and it kind of piqued my interest. Like, I wonder where, we rate transfer windows, we rate this, we rate that, but where would we kind of rate ANGE POSTECOGLOU so far? I'm pulling up a couple more tabs so I'm a little bit better prepared for this. Apologies. I think I started the show late as well. But big up to everyone who is here. Let me see who else is here before I find what all these bookmarks and tabs that I need open. Big up Nate Pie. First super supporter. How about that? I almost said super chat. But you're just a longtime member and a good friend of the channel. But big up Nate Pie. Big up the entire Pie family. I don't know why my door is opening. My son's asleep. My wife is eating. My door should not be opening. Maybe we're haunted. But big up the whole Pie family. Can we hear some more about Tay-Tay, please? That is a thing of the past. Congrats. I guess let's knock that out top of the thing. Congrats, Taylor Swift. You did it. Wherever her jet flew her last night, I'm sure it was a good time. Big up Jazz Fusion. Says her boyfriend looked like he was about to kill his own coach. There's some funny memes that came out of that, indeed. Big up Todd Spurs. How you doing? Big up Jacob and all. Big up David Calvino. Look at this. All members. Literally the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm scrolling, and it is hard to find people who aren't even members. So if you're a member right now, big up yourself. I try to make sure I read all the member chats. Those of you who do support the channel in that way, I try to make sure I at least give you, at least let you know that I see you. David Calvino says, may I offer my congrats to Swift winning back-to-back Super Bowls. I hope your wife enjoyed the halftime show. Hey. That's a low blow, man. But big up David Calvino. That's definitely a low blow. Look, my wife did enjoy that halftime show. At some point, there was Ursher and his nipples were out. It was a whole thing. My wife, she had the only thing she watches that damn program for is who's at halftime. Oh, she liked it. I liked it. For what it's worth, the roller skates, I've never seen roller skates at a halftime show. So that's quite immaculate, if I might add. Speaking of immaculate, George gifting a one United Spurs of America membership. Let's see who's the lucky participant there. Edward Y of Oz. Big up Edward Y of Oz. And congratulations. Welcome to the family. How you doing? You're getting talked to nicely tonight, at least by George. But big up everybody who is here. I think my gain is super loud. Maybe it's the background music I'm hearing. I'm hearing some kind of feedback. I love technology because it's like you don't change anything and then it it just starts acting up, doing different things that were different to what we were doing. But big up George. Definitely, you may be George of the Jungle. I don't know. I haven't confirmed that yet, but you got Vicario Sicario as your profile picture, so that can only be good things. Big up Bob Down Under. How are you doing? Good day, mate. In the chat, great call on the Swift. Bro, it was written. We all know the script on that. It was very simple, very easy to see. Easy to see. Speaking of easy to see, this guy's name, David Shear. When it appears, I did not mean to rhyme. What a great thing it is to see as well. Shout out to Richie B, Lauren, I am Hane, UK Drilly official, and Trigga 501. Congratulations and welcome to the United Spurs of America family. That's 6 people. 6 people have been gifted memberships off the jump. This is a Monday, and y'all already blessing the show, blessing the chat. I mean, what a show to be a part of, right? You show up, and all of a sudden, boom, here's a welcome bag. That's pretty nice. And thank you, David Shear. You're a constant supporter of the channel. Big up to you, my friend, and thank you so much for your financial support. Good reminder, if you don't have to do the financial support to be a supporter. You could literally just hit a like and a subscribe, partake in the poll, and then fuck it, get some chats in, the regular chats, the free ones. That's always fun. But big up David Shear, big up George, y'all gifting. You're in the spirit of giving, and it ain't even Valentine's Day. It ain't even Christmas, and y'all are in the spirit of giving. So you know what? I can drink to that. Big up David Shear. Chewy had a fun time at the Super Bowl too, if anyone cared. Johnson and Enoch out. Who's Johnson? Who's this guy? Like Johnson and Johnson? Or is it like Johnson and Enoch? I don't understand. But big up Johnson and Enoch out. They're a member, and I've never seen them here before. Ange and Levy out. Big up George. There's George of the Jungle. Spurs GCTV, Yo Jacob and Chewy, big up Spurs GCTV, and hello to all in the chat from Spurs GCTV. Spurs Psych says, evening Jacob and chat, hoping the immaculate vibes will keep me up on the night shift. Hey, maybe some people say that they listen to me while they go to sleep, and I try to not take that as an insult. I'm like, okay, at least I'm cozy. My voice is cozy, and it helps lull people to sleep. But Spurs Psych, I do not want to do that for you tonight. Music is always a good thing. There's a guy named Mark Rebier. Anytime I need a little pep in my step, I just listen to one of his live performances. The dude's so funny, and he's very talented. So maybe that'll help. Not saying you shouldn't be here and hitting the like and hanging out. Not saying that at all, but hey, I don't want to put you down. Don't want to put you to sleep. But this is going to be a fun show. I have some good ideas, things I want to talk about here. David Calvin. Oh. Craig the Gecko Man. I almost didn't say hello. Big up says, big up Jacob and Chewy. Sorry I'm playing with my hair a lot. I just took a shower and it's like it's drying and I don't want it to tangle. I have kind of curly hair, and if I let it dry, it'll get all tangled. I know y'all don't care about that, but there you go. You're gonna have to listen to that anyway. Sorry. Faz Radfar 3-1 Spurs. Big up Jacob. Hope you and the family are well. Great company in the evening. Thank you. Big up Faz Radfar. Hopefully 3-1 incoming on the weekend. Hopefully we talking to you nicely with a nice 3-1 Spurs win. Look, I need to get some revenge on them damn Wolves. They came through our campsite and they stole our lunch. They stole our goodies. They even stole the car keys. But then again, Eric Dyer left them out. But we'll move. Rowan Kumar says you were spot on with your Super Bowl conspiracies, Jacob. Conspiracies, maybe. Truths, they are now. So, hey, Rowan Kumar, you already know what I'm on. You already know. I called it. I told you. Did you not see it, Rowan? Last night, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. Oh, and the confetti. I told you the Fetty shot was coming. Y'all said the Fetty shot wasn't about to happen. I told you the Fetty shot was happening. So, there you are. Yeah, he got on TV a few times as well, but it never became... Oh, y'all must be talking about something else. Big up Yanis Rubelis. Big up Jacob Chewy in the chat. Good morning from Australia. Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you, Yanis Rubelis. Cursor's here, says like secured. Big up Jacob and the live chat. Congrats, Cursor. You were Victor's on the day. He's a Chelsea fan and he's hitting the like. So if you're a Spurs fan and you haven't hit the like, what are you doing? But big up Cursor. Appreciate you coming by and sharing some love. Even though this is not to talk about the fruits of your labor, but congrats on the 3 points. Hey, Jez. Big up Jez. Big up Jacob. Hope you've been good, brother. Big up Jez every single time. My man, I want to get you on the channel. He's a good. He's always on Sarcasm City TV. Jez would love to have you on the channel sometime. I don't know how I'm gonna communicate with you. I've never even seen your face, but I want to get you on the channel. You're absolutely hilarious over there at Sarcasm City TV. You're right, Yanis. I was spot on. Hey, hopefully someone made some money off my bets, but I didn't bet. But hopefully y'all made some money off it. Ben Williams is here. Hey, Jacob, considering what we had in the Conte days, is there anyone who could have done more in this time frame? Moses, maybe. Moses from Bethlehem. Is that where he's from? Maybe that guy. Donovan Ostriker says, local derby match tonight for my club I play for. GG's. Good luck, Donovan. You're going to get that dub. It's in the bag. Just do what would ANGE do, Donovan. Ask yourself, what would ANGE do? And then do it to the best of your ability. That's what I would say. Big up George. Johnson says, ANGE has failed my test. What test did you give him? Was it a standardized test? Was it on a paper? Was it like a driving test? What kind of test are we talking about, Johnson? Ben Kaufman, evening, everyone. Big up Ben Kaufman. Ben, I don't know if you know, but you're like one of the longest standing members, and I updated some stuff so there's like more emojis, and you have different badges and stuff, so you can pick through some badges there, Ben Kaufman. Hitting those milestones. Big up Mr. Im. Mr. Im, how are you doing? Elvis G, evening, Jacob. The future's bright under ANGE. We're challenging for the league next season. Hey, hey. I was having this conversation last night with a few good folks, and I was thinking, I don't want to talk about it long, and I'm not going to talk about it long, but let's just for a second, I think we can all agree, if we had Harry Kane in this team, we would absolutely be challenging for a title. Oh my goodness, if Kane was playing if Kane was here. If we had what we have now, but just Kane, not saying anything bad about Richarlison, but the beginning half of that season, we ain't dropping all them points. Richarlison, remember, there was some matches where he failed to finish. There were some points dropped, and I was just like, oh, if we had Harry Kane. Just think if we had Harry Kane. Poor guy, he may not even get a German trophy. They said no schnitzel for you, my guy. No schnitzel, no sauerkraut, none of that. You don't even get the lederhosen tonight. Hey, Elvis G, big up with the super chat. Says, smash that like button, people. Super chat memberships available. Keep up those immaculate vibes. Big up, Elvis G, my friend. Hey, hang on. Here's some fireworks for you. I'm trying to give anime. You know what? Boom, there you are. Fireworks for you, Elvis. And you ain't singing the blues tonight with them blue suede shoes. Got the lily white shoes on. Tap dancing real nice to a beautiful melody. Big up, Elvis. I appreciate that super chat, my friend. It means a lot. I do have a baby on the way, so I do appreciate all these donos to my family. This shit's about family. I think Vin Diesel would have some kind of a meme that would go here, like a Vin Diesel meme. It's about family. But if I did a Fast and the Furious meme, they would absolutely copyright me. Hey, but big up. I do appreciate this, Elvis G. Thank you so much for the dono. Big up for the dono. Big up for the dono. George says, yes, of the jungle, Jacob. George, how you doing? Hello, Mapin. Says, he's doing a good job. Did exceed our expectations. Absorbed all those toxic traits, being lured by the club, and haven't won anything. You feeling good about the ANGE train? I take it then, Mapin. Big up Patty Hartnett as well. How you doing? I see Patty Hartnett in the chat. How you doing, Patty Hartnett? Stateside Lily Whites. Still trying to work to get you on the channel, my friend. Let's make that happen this week. Don't be a stranger. Hey, make sure you message me. I am so bad with keeping up with shit that you have to just keep on me. You know what I mean? People be like, oh, why didn't you hit me back? Or why did you not let me know about this or that? And it's just like out of sight, out of mind. And I ain't talking Oasis. Was that Oasis that sang out of sight, out of mind? Who was that? Smashing Pumpkins? I don't know. Someone like that. Patty says, don't choke on the drink this time. That was probably one of my most embarrassing moments. And I've had some embarrassing moments live on air, Patty. But that was up there. top 2, and I think it's number 1. I literally tried to drink some of a carbonated beverage yesterday, and it went down the wrong pipe, and I couldn't breathe, and I gagged, and it was a horrible event. I did not like that. That was not fun. I didn't even edit that out of the video. I just left it. Figured why not? But big up, Patty. Good to see you in the house. Ben Williams says, didn't get a chance to thank you for your awesome play-by-play over the game on Saturday. Used to you being so mellow, so was fun to hear you losing your shit in the first half. Look, Ben Williams, I do say this. You will get a different Jacob every day of the week that is not game day. When it's game day, match day, 24 hours before kickoff, I'm getting... My family's annoyed at me. My son's annoyed at me. My wife tells me to shut it. You know, I'm a handful. And why not? Why not share that with the world on a watch along? So big up Ben Williams. I'm glad. I try to do play by play. I'm like try to mix it, you know, professional with a little rambunctiousness, and most of that shit just happens naturally. Like what I do on a watch along is how I would literally act if I was not even on camera. Like I'm always shouting immature things at players. I don't know why. I don't know why, Ben Williams. Maybe it's a character flaw. But it's kind of funny sometimes, and people like it, so why not do it on a watch long? It's just like the silly stuff that comes to my head. Like I'll be seeing someone's name, you know, instead of Buenas Noche, I said Buenas Noches. And I think that's quite silly and fun. Usually when it's Arsenal, I have more profane language. But yeah, man, I'm glad you enjoyed the watch long. I'm trying to do more. It does look like Wolves will be on the weekend. Hang on, let me see what time it is. I might do a Wolves watch along as well. It's at 8 a.m. Perfect time. That's a perfect time, just like last week. Run it back. We can literally run it back, Ben Williams. And again, I try to do the play-by-play, try to like let you know, like, hey, he's who passing it, who's doing this and that, and then I put a little salsa on it. You know what I mean? You get a bite of that queso, but put a little salsa on it. Now it's taking it to the next level. That's what we're trying to do here. But pick up, man. Appreciate you. Hey, some people, it's not their cup of tea. Some people are like, Jacob, who is this? What are you doing here? And they don't enjoy that kind of style, but I'm glad that you do. Johnson says Arne Slot. Bro, fuck Arne Slot. How about that? Arne Slot's a bitch. He said no to us. He wanted to stay at Feyenoord. Cool, bro. We're better off without you. Cue up a Kelly Clarkson song. All right? Because Arne Slot, I ain't wasting no time thinking about your bald head. Come on now. 4 hours to play. Bro, David Sheard, that's what I'm saying. I don't watch NFL anymore because of the ads. I cannot. Reapaz Soldier. What's up from England? Hey, what's up from El Paso? How you doing? Gallagher brace today. Are we still interested? I mean, he would be an upgrade on Højbjerg and Skip. We always knew that. I don't know what else the brace really does for me other than solidify that. There we go. Can we get some hearts, please, Jacob? Gyros Peanut, you're not even a YouTube member, but you're always here. So you're like a member. Let's see. Come on now. There you go. That's for you, Gyros Peanut. I'm on now. Happy Monday. We have badges. Yes, Ben. We have liftoff and we have badges. Big up Elvis again for super chat reminding people what's crack-a-lacking here. Appreciate that. Didn't catch any of the Super Bowl coverage. Had to trim my tongue. A 4-hour event there, buddy. That sounds nice. I heard the words copyright. Did I say copyright? I don't know. Maybe I did. Jacob, what sort of music? I listen to everything that ain't country. I know that sounds silly because I'm from Texas and there's a famous country song, All My Exes Live in Texas. I don't know who the fuck sang it. Some white guy. Nah, not really. Yeah, I don't really like country. There's probably some good country out there, but the most part, it does not interest me. There's nothing about it that makes me feel good. But most other music, I listen to whatever makes me feel good. Whatever in the moment makes me feel good, and that's what I rock with. Jacob, are you keeping up with your Destiny Udogi celebrations? Which one was that? Remind me, George, which one was that? Remind me which one that was. Mape says you're his favorite, Jacob. Hey, big up, Neil Mape, you little bitch. I'll still fight you. I'll fight you. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I'm out of shape. You're a professional athlete. You should be able to kick my ass. Really, I don't even mind if I lose a fight. I just want to punch a bastard in the face. But I want a fair fight. You know what I mean? None of this sneaky. Like, well, let's get it sanctioned. You know what I'm saying? I just need to get one good punch in there. That's all I care about. And then he could beat me up. And we could stage it. Neil Mape, if you're watching this, we can absolutely stage it and make it seem real. And you can end up winning. But I just need to get that one. Maybe two. I probably need two. Neil Mape really made me mad. Big up, David. Good to see you in the house. Says, I wouldn't mind weighing at Spurs if we can't get Neto, says David. Interesting. Now, I did put in the title, a guy named Viktor Djukanovic. Djukanovic? Viktor Djukanovic. It's in the title that we are interested in a Montenegrin winger, which I believe is from Montenegro. If you're Montenegrin winger, Viktor Djukanovic. That's a cool name. I've never heard of this guy. I've heard of the club that he's at, Hammerby. And that's kind of what we did to the Brentford Bees. Fuck them. We hammer beat them. Ain't that right? Where is it? There he is. Here, I'll share this with y'all. Here we go. We'll get into the show. We're 20 minutes in. There's over 90 people across all three platforms. Big up yourself right now. Hope you're doing well. Happy Monday or Tuesday for those of you down under. Hope you are doing well. I'm going to go ahead and skip up in the chat. But again, thank you to those of you who do sponsor these episodes. George, David, Elvis. Big ups to all three of you lads right now. Let me make this bigger. That out of context. That out of context could be something different. We'll talk about this, and then we'll do the ANGE POSTECOGLOU talk, because that is something where I need y'all to rank them. I need to know where the chat is at in the poll. I see 62 votes in the poll. Let me refresh. Come on, please be on 50 likes. Are we on 50 likes? 51. Yes. Get in. Y'all are killing it. Here's some balloons. How about that? Y'all are killing it. Balloons for you. That's celebratory balloons for every single one of you who hit a like on the video. Big up for that. Boom. Balloons. The chat. Obviously, there's options there in the poll. What's your general vibe around ANGE? Get your answers in. So far, 79% says it's love, baby. Future is bright like a diamond. And 10% says I'm indifferent. Still a lot to prove. A lot to prove, a lot to lose. 8% says I do like, just not love, but I'm enjoying. I tried to give some representation to all factions of individuals. Okay. I did try to do that. You're beautiful. I just want you to know. Oh, there it is. Share. There we go. This young man who I've never heard of before today. So mark today as the first day I hear of him. And then if there's, we end up signing him. There you are. I've known him forever. It says here, Tottenham are showing interest in 20-year-old Montenegrin winger Viktor Djukanovic. Spurs have received very good reports on the player, with Johan Lange particularly interested. Hammerby want to sell him at least 11.4, but will push for 15 M's. And this is him. Again, I don't know who he is. So why don't we find out who he is together? Oh. How do I spell his name? I should have. See, this is the fun part of production. There we go. Viktor. I type Viktor and it don't even show up. Djukanovic. There he is. 383 followers. So not a lot of people following him here on SofaScore. 20-year-old, born January 29th, 2004. 6 feet tall, left winger. Apparently his value is higher, so I'm going to click that. Thank you for your contribution. Hey, you're welcome, SofaScore. Right-footed forward who plays on the left. He's played 2 matches for Hammarby with 0 goals. Oh, wait, that's in the Euro qualifiers. Hang on. I think this is the Hammarby League. I think if... So there's his heat map. Hang on. I'll make myself go this way. Boom. That way you can see it better. So here's his stats on the right of the screen. 25 matches played. He has started 15 of them. 11 goals. Okay. He's Hammarby indeed. I don't see any assists here, so I don't think he has any assists. Says here he's from Budkanost, Podgorica. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what that is, but he went for 1 mil to Hammarby January last year. So he's been at Hammarby over a year now, okay? This is what I'm learning. Hey, like I said, I'm learning literally about this guy right now as we speak. So if you've never heard of this fucker, me either. But he's been at Hammarby over a year. Very nice. Let's see, has he got anything for... No, I guess he didn't play last year. So he's definitely a left winger who scores goals with his right foot. I haven't watched any comps or anything like that, but I'd be interested to see. Now, the reaction on Twitter was as such about him. His ball striking is great. And then someone says, I want a ready-made winger, which I would like that as well. Wouldn't that be nice? Big up Bob Down Under. ANGE who? Most predicting 8 to 12th place finish. I don't know what you mean, ANGE who, but ANGE POSTECOGLOU is that guy. He's the man with the plan who can do the can, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, this is my this is the amateur scouting report. Maybe I should like have some kind of segue, like a bum 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 amateur scouting report on Viktor Djukanovic, who's plays in the Allsvenskan. I guess it's there you go. It's the Swedish league. Haha. We're getting somewhere with this information. Where's Hammarby in the Swedish league? Why is it not showing anything? It's not showing any matches. Why is it not showing any matches for 2024? Have they not started their season? Oh, so maybe those are last year's stats? What the fuck? You know what? Y'all can go to another channel where it's all like prepared and they got it all. I'm figuring it out with you. How about that? What's the best way to do this? Let me see. In the Owls convention, it does say 2023 right here if you see it. So this must be last year. I guess the Swedish league hasn't started, or that just ended. Maybe it runs like the calendar year. Maybe y'all know in the chat. I don't know. Hey, big up Ben Kaufman. Big up Ziad. Congrats on the dub, my friend. I did predict a Chelsea win this weekend. However, y'all just needed to score 1 more goal. My score prediction would have been right. But big up Ziad was Ziad's zone. I was over there earlier today. Let me see. I'm going to find it. Because how am I... If you know who he is... There it is. It's at Ziad Zone, but apparently on YouTube it's just Ziad. He's a Chelsea fan, but I do those bi-weekly shows over on El Aqua with this young man. He's a fun motherfucker. He's a bastard, but he's a fun bastard. Go subscribe to his channel. He's 5 subs away from 400. So, anyone got a second? Click that link. Go subscribe. But big up Bob Down Under. Most were predicting without Kane. They were predicting a very, very bad go of it. Peter Ford says Sweden hasn't started yet. That might be why. Are you mad, Rich? Have you not seen the spending the last few years? I don't know what that means. Ainge was predicted to take Spurs to 8 to 12th place at the start of the season. People were saying we're going to be in a relegation battle because of Kane leaving. Sane from Bayern, that'd be a good shout. I wouldn't mind it. because I've never heard of this guy. I don't know who this guy is. I've never watched Hammarby. I've never watched. No disrespect to the Swedish league. Shout out Kulusevski and Lucas Bergvall. Sounds like we got a scout out there in Sweden scouting the Swedish stuff. That's what it sounds like to me. Big up Richie says, yo, bro, been lucky enough to receive a membership gift again. Big shout out to the very nice person who was so kind to gift it to me. Thank you. Says, big up Richie B. Dubs in the chows. It was either like David Shear or they were gift. David Shear's always gifting a lot. George is gifting a lot. Who else is always gifting a lot? Chang is always gifting a lot. I know I'm forgetting. There's a lot of other people who have. Jacob, 30th of March, the Swedish league starts. Okay. So they're on that midsummer fucking lunar cycle or whatever the fuck. I may not be what it's called. And I may just have offended a lot of people. And I'm sorry. But back to Viktor Djukanovic. Viktor Djukanovic, that's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool name. We could have fun with that name. But yeah, he's 20 years old, so you'd imagine he has to be somewhat near like I mean, he's not 18, he's older. Well, he just turned 20, so he just turned 20 on January. Actually, he just turned 20 right at the end of January, the 29th. Huh. Very interesting. Well, there you are. What else does he do? Does he do anything else? How many minutes does he average? Minutes per game? 57. So on an average of 57 minutes, he averages over 3 shots a game, over 1 shot on target per match in the 57 minutes. Almost 32 touches per 57 minutes. That's interesting. 2 big chances created. His passing numbers seem about average. Yeah, just seems like I guess we'll find out, you know. Not like if we did Leroy Sané, I know who that is. I've seen him play. I know what we can get out of this guy. But yeah, you know, this is I think part of what we're doing here. What the like new philosophy, if you will. I don't even know how new it is, but if you've listened to Ange and Johan and what's his name, Anderson something, and Scott Munn, Levy, anytime they all talk about like one of the catchphrase words is alignment. It has to be with aligned with the clubs, blah blah blah, and then Ange will say this is ours business because it aligns with the yada yada. It's always aligning. We're all on the same page and fucking aligning. So they're aligning for Viktor von Djukanovic. So isn't that quite fun? That'll be fun. Richie says, dude, times are changing. Our club is changing right in front of our eyes. Look at our squad now. You're right, Richie. No one said growth and change would be easy. No one said it would be perfect. No one said it would be everything we ever dreamed of. Who knows what we'll be at the end of this? But you got to imagine that the same system that's led us to a lot of these decent signings has been leading us in regards. When I say that, I mean like Papa Matisar, Destiny Udogi, these young guys we bought, loaned them back, and then we're getting something out of them. I mean, who's the guy, Luka von Kranovic or whatever, that young Croatian kid? We don't even Luka Vuskovic, I think is what it is. He's like fucking 17 years old. We're not going to get to see him for another like 18 months, I think. So I think there is something to say in this regard that it is changing right before ours. But like, let's, Vuskovic. I don't know. This signing don't like move the needle for me. If that's the question, it definitely don't make me like, woohoo, you know. I don't know who this guy is. But apparently we're showing interest, so that's nice. It's always nice to show interest, you know. Show people that you're interested in stuff. But that'll about do it, I think, on this young Viktor. Johnson says, #no to Viktor. Well, there you go. Sweden only gets a few hours of daylight at the moment. See, I knew something was going on. I knew something with the sun and the moon. Midsummer. I've seen that movie. That's a good movie. There's something going on there. But look, y'all, I do want to talk about ANGE POSTECOGLOU. So, to get into the mood, let's ripen things. Let me share. Am I sharing the right tab? Yeah, I am. There we are. Yeah, I am. So this tweet from the Spurs Watch says rate ANGE POSTECOGLOU's work this season out of 10. And I thought it was interesting to go through some of the responses, see how people are reacting, how they're responding, and what they're saying. And then, I was like, I think that'd be a good little thought process here to work on with y'all here in the chat. So let me see what the poll's looking like at this current juncture. 73 votes. What's your general vibe around ANGE at Spurs so far? 78% says that they love him. The future is bright like a diamond. 9% says indifferent, still a lot to prove. 7% like him, just don't love him, but they're enjoying this, so that's nice. 5% says I don't like. I doubt his ways will work. Shout out that 5%. Look, I try to be representative of all different people who ever feel differently. I see people already giving their number ratings here in the chat. Let me see some of those. Well, while y'all do that, I'm going to give y'all time to do that. How about that? I wanted to go through some of the responses. This Swedish account says, for me, it's been a 10 out of 10, considering the circumstances and expectations before the season started. But if you remove all that and just think for a second about the feeling around the club compared to last year and the last couple of years, it's simply incredible and moving in the right direction for sure. So not really talking about necessarily the results, the style of play, the ethos. They're talking about the vibe. If you remove the feeling around the club is why that they gave it a 10 out of 10. So they go on to say, I honestly feel like people sometimes forget that this is Ange's first 7 months at Tottenham. We sold our greatest player a day before the season started. This is a process, and we are showing progress. That has to be the most important thing in a first year of a complete rebuild. There's some verbiage there that I don't necessarily agree with. Like, I don't know why you say rebuild. I feel like we are building. You can't really rebuild something that wasn't built. Like, if that building never got finished being built, is it something that has been, like, you can't call that a rebuild. Like, if it's been almost, it looks good, it's not really livable, it's there though, you see it, and then you tear it all down, you start anew. That's to me not a rebuild. That's just starting over. That's just starting new. That's clearly what we were doing to build that fucking thing in the first place. Wasn't working. Oh, maybe it's semantics. And the word rebuild has been triggering for some, but I just don't think this is a rebuild, because you have to have built something in order for you to rebuild it, in my opinion. But I think that's just semantics at this point. Some of the other responses here was Kane from the Lane giving a 10 out of 10. Alex says 9 out of 10. Alex, exceeding all short-term expectations and has laid an extremely promising groundwork for the future. I like that. 9 out of 10. World of Hotspur says has to be a 6 out of 10. Done some brilliant things. Also got us out of all cups at record pace and overseen some poor capitulations. Should be 5 out of 10, but an extra point because of the charlatans he's having to work under. That's from World of Hotspur. Interesting response. And I don't think that they're wrong in some of their assessment here. He has done some brilliant things. We are out of all the cups. Record pace is arguable, I suppose. And overseen some poor capitulations. That's where I disagree. Bro, there's a thing whenever you do something and then you go like this. And then you say, now do the things we've been working on. And whether that group of men do it is another story. So for me, I disagree with overseeing some poor capitulations. There has been poor capitulations, and I guess technically he has seen them, like technically, but I don't think those are his fault. And I don't think my grading would go this low because, or a 5 out of 10 because of any of those poor capitulations. The record pace cup thing, I don't really buy into. I mean, if you remember the League Cup, we started Davison Sanchez, Giovanni Lo Celso, Brian Hill, fucking Solomon, Richarlison. Like, we were not in a good place, and we needed to put that on full display. So I don't blame him for necessarily most of that, if I have to be honest. Chris got an 8.5 out of 10. He's still mad about the Carabao Cup game against Fulham. People can't get over it. Anyone that says anything below the 8 is taking the piss. He's completely changed the philosophy, completely changed ambitions, exceeded expectations, and gave us over 10 new players that actually know their roles. And obviously will have us set for the future. Seems like, oh, just got a alert. My headphone dying. Boom, there we go. Headphone back in. I think I'm back in. Let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. See some things rolling in. So, Just a Harmless Potatoes got 9 out of 10. David Shears got a 9 out of 10. Peter Ford with the 8 out of 10. Jazz Fusion given an 8 out of 10. Jazz Fusion hasn't been the most pleased throughout this tenure, but an 8 out of 10. Pretty nice from Jazz Fusion. What else do we got? Stateside Lilywhite says ANGE is 6 out of 10. Been great to see us play so well and positively, but out of all comps and some of our composure has been disappointing. Well, there you are. Cups 0, League 7.9. So everyone's upset about the Cups. Why? Let me run through some more of the chat before I address. I don't know why everyone's. Of course, we all wanted to win a cup and challenge for a cup. We literally went out to Manchester City in the FA Cup, and they're predicted to win the damn league. They're favorites to win the damn Champions League. There's no shame in that. And they barely beat us with a fucking 88th minute cheeky bastard header. You know what I mean? Dark arts header. And they got it. They bested us. That's not Ange's fault that we went against the best team in the world, my opinion. But hey, y'all are allowed your opinions. Jacob, I predicted the top 4 team matches until mid-March. It got me Spurs top of the league. Oh, very nice. David Shears says, actually, I'm a deluded Aussie clown. 9.9. Damn near perfect. Like to see that. Big up, Drula. How you doing? Yanis has a 8.7654321. Here we go. Oh, I see what you did there. A little countdown. 8 out of 10, moving at a steady rate, says Meow Kaba 369. Damn, she fine. Chugga chugga one more time. That's a little bit of an homage to Lil Jon. He was in the Super Bowl halftime performance. That was fun. World of Hotspur's right. 100% agree with World of Hotspur. Lost to Fulham on pens and went out to City. Very unlucky. Says Just a Harmless Potato. Jacob, we had it in place under Poch, but it was knocked down by Jose and Conte. Now we are getting back the football we asked for. I don't think we had it in place under Poch. We were building and it was looking great, but didn't do the final things that we needed to do, if that makes sense. Like, how did we not invest after that Champions League final? To me, that is, we just said, okay, that's fine. This building will work. And it clearly didn't. And it fell apart very quickly. And it was like Jose and Conte, I don't think they were the reason. I don't think they were knocked down by Jose and Conte. I don't think that way personally. I think it was knocked down by fucking circumstance and the weather. You know what I'm saying? Like, the wind's going to blow, the rain's going to rain on it. And you have to make sure your building can withstand those fucking elements. And we did not. Levy, Enoch did not. They were building a stadium. They were paying off a stadium and whatever the fuck the finances says. So to me, it wasn't knocked down by Jose or Conte. It was knocked down by the lack of true investment in the structure. Poch did what he could with it, but that could only get you so far, in my opinion, before you have to push on and say, now we're going to, boom, drop the bag in the right way. Not just drop a bag, but drop a smart bag. a bag that has been well thought of and well. And I think that's what we're starting to try and build is a system that revolves not necessarily around players, but attributes of players. And those attributes all working together on the same page. I think that's what we're being built up with. So I don't think it's necessarily we have to be like, get big, spin big. We don't have to spin that big. But I would like a fucking a finished product. And give me another finished product in this lineup, and we'll be looking dangerous. But those come at a price. And that's what we didn't do under Pochettino, was get him what he needed to continue to build. So that's what, again, I think it's semantics by me. I think I am being nitpicky by not liking the word rebuild, pretty much. I can't even spell capitulations. Ange has done an incredible job. Oh, that's not a number. Ange equals Conte 2.0, says Teabag. I think you were tripping, but you're allowed to feel however you want to feel. Big up Rowan says Ainge 9 out of 10. Only minus is a Fulham B team. He could have tested the fringe players in a league game before transfer window closed if it was so important to see them play. Won a day trophy. Fair enough. Look, if Chelsea could make it into the Carabao Cup, I don't think that there's really a strong argument to say why Spurs couldn't have gotten that far either. So I hear you, Rowan, and I agree to an extent. I do agree. You know, there is a little bit of something that came out today, a little bit of news that came out today. So I think this is a good time to also share this with y'all. I'll share this tab here. Hang on, I'll make it bigger. So this is why I could be this is my hypothesis now, Rowan, as to why he was not going to test those fringe players in the league game before the window closed. Why he did it in a cup match. Because this second part here, Postecoglou's deal is said to be heavily incentivized, and he could earn significant bonuses and pay rises if Spurs qualify for Champions League. So he probably saw it like, yo, if I'm going to hit these bonuses, if I'm going to hit these targets the club set for me, I can't risk it. That I can't be risking this in a cup match. And then at this point, you could say, well, what do you value more? Our club or the money? And if just throwing the information out there, maybe this is why. I felt like it was a clear message to the board that, like, I need to rotate this squad if we're in multiple competitions, and I clearly don't have the depth at all. I don't even have barely a starting 11 to play the way that I want to play. So that's why I think that he did that. And I agree, the Cup's absolutely made Tottenham. I would love to be in a Cup final. I would love to be Chelsea versus Spurs in a Cup final. Liverpool versus Spurs in a Cup final. Come on now. That'd be nice. Anyone else get their their numbers in? Mount Everest says, I feel like Ainge is still testing the players. Regardless, all the credits goes to Ainge for the breath of fresh air. 9.5. That's very close to a 10. Taking into account expectations, completely changing our style, and ridiculous injury crisis, it's got to be an 11 out of 10 for Elvis G. Elvis G doing a nice little dance there. Hips don't lie. That's not an Elvis song. Totspur says 7 out of 10. Ainge himself has said we had a way to go, but I like what I'm seeing onwards and upwards. 7, okay. David Calvino's going with an 8 out of 10. The field cohesion, academy, management, backroom, etc. gone well. 8 out of 10. All right, like that. I think rebuild is fair. I seem to remember a bench of only 8 players, including 3 keepers. Yeah. I think we have like 5 keepers on our 24-man roster. Nick Carey says 8 out of 10. I'm not convinced of in-game management. Some baffling subs. Decky coming off at the weekend as an example, says Nick Carey. I think Decky needed to get subbed off. I think that triple sub was absolutely necessary, but I've talked about that. But big up Nick Carey, 8 out of 10. Still with the doubts of the subs and the in-game management. Hopefully those things will get ironed out, and that way Nick Carey and everyone else who feels the same way, hopefully they can put those, I will say, maybe not worries, but I guess relieve you of feeling that the in-game management and the subs are not correct. Look, to me, I'll say it again. why do you make subs? To impact the game and get the result. The subs definitely impacted the game, and we got the result. So to me, how are we going to be upset with? I feel like it's nitpicky. I kind of said this the day of, when there's a lot of people, a lot of Spurs fans, Nick, that agree with you, that were upset with the game management, didn't like the triple subs, thought that it threw off our cohesion, thought that Decky was actually starting to do good. I really feel like he was doing a whole lot of. He was better in the second half, but I mean, at some point you got to change subs, you got to change the game, and you got to fight for that result. And I think that's what we did. On a day in which we may have got the draw, then I think, I just felt like versus Brentford, it was, his subs were too late and they weren't the right subs. Then versus Everton, and we won that, by the way. And then Everton was, he made the subs too late, and it's just, maybe I'm mistaking the criticism on each game, but not from you, Nick, but from like the general consensus of the criticisms on ANGE and his in-game management and his substitutions. Because for me, I feel like he's done both things that everyone's been asking for. They want him sooner, they want more, they want different people, they want this, they want that. I mean, at some point, ANGE has got to make the call, right? And he's got to make the call that we hope ends up leading into a victory. And it did. So I feel like this weekend, I have no problem with the substitutions he made. Make substitutions that impact that game. And we did. Let's not forget how miserable the football was under Conte, says Matt Oz. Big up, Matt Oz. Big up, everybody in the house. Make sure you are hitting like on the video one time for the one time. How about bonuses for winning silverware? I don't know. I don't know what's in the contract, but maybe they'll tell us someday. Maybe. I agree Poch wasn't back, but it was better than Jose and Conte. And just changed Levy and Enig's approach in the club pushing forward. I would say fan pressure led to this approach in this difference as well. I want to give some credit to the fan pressures. Levy out, Enoch out in the stadium last season. I think he heard you. That's what I'm saying. You got to appreciate things. When they hear you complain and they start changing shit, you got to appreciate it, in my opinion. Playlist accounts is big up. Z Jacob, big up to you, my friend. How you doing? Ash P's got one. Says the way bonuses are organized show Levy's priorities rather than Ange's. Very good point here, Ash P. Like that little. I would agree with you. He gets these bonuses for getting top 4, but he don't get bonuses for winning the FA Cup. Interessante. 8 out of 10 from Ash P. Like to see that as well. Rowan says, I didn't know about them bonuses for Ainge. Guess it's huge bonuses as it was unlikely to get Champions League when he was signed. That's what I'm saying. Imagine what it must be if he's like, hey, just think, if you can get Champions League, we're going to give you this big chunk of change. And you're like, challenge accepted. Let's go fucking get it. Hey, we'll find out. We'll find out where we're at. Jarvis Peanut says 9 out of 10. We're going under the radar and we'll finish top 3. Top 3 from a Dry Rose Peanut. I'd like to see that. Trophy-headed fans don't like football but like the idea of bragging, in my humble opinion. Well, I love football. I love trophies and I love bragging. I'm all 3 of them things, if I can be honest. Jacob, for you, what positions do you want sorted before next season? In the summer, I would like to see a legitimate James Maddison backup because he's going to miss time. I would like a legitimate left back who can play the inverted role, because if Udogie goes down, who do we got after him? Fucking Ben Davies. Y'all saw what happened at the weekend? We put Ben Davies on when Destiny was out. So those are my first 2. Obviously, we need a striker and or a winger. Now, I'm also open to the idea of Sonny continuing his role in the number 9 spot. He was banging goals. You give Son those chances Richarlison had in the first half versus Brighton. He's got his first half hat trick, my friend. So for me, we need another winger and or a 9. So that's about 4 positions. We're going to need a 6. We need a few things. So those are just a couple of ones off the top of my head. Big up Big Six Band says, big up Jacob. Big up Monts. How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you in the house every single time. Rich says 7.5 for Ainge. He's done very well considering what he's been given. Can't put the cup exits all on Ainge. I think a 7.5 is about fair, if I'm honest. I think 7.5 is fair. Managers are nothing more than horse jockeys in my... Well, fair enough. Managers are nothing more than figureheads, says Benny Guy. Hey, big up Ravi putting the link in there for Big Six Bands. There it is. Make sure you do go subscribe to Big Six Bands. Shout out Ethan, our local Spurs representative. Ben Williams says, surely the Johnson hate is too soon. His price represents a player who isn't top 4 Premier League quality yet, but will be in a few years. He's had to play more something. I don't know what that part meant. I did have something on that. He actually spoke, I think. Oh, did y'all see Serge Aurier calling out Mohamed Salah? What are you doing? I love it. He's feeling the vibe. But did y'all see that? Serge Aurier? What a guy. What a guy. Let me see here. Here it is. So, I guess he spoke after the match yesterday. Says, I don't think anyone has seen the best of me yet. I've had to adapt. Well, let's just hear it.
Do you think Spurs fans have seen the best of you yet?
No, definitely not. I think I don't think anyone's seen the best of me yet. I think I've kind of had to adapt and take time, and definitely there's been moments of the season where I haven't been at my...
So, real quick, I want to go through this for a second because this has been a topic of much discussion, Brennan Johnson. But listen to this question again.
Do you think Spurs fans have seen...
Do you think Spurs fans have seen the best of you?
The best of you yet?
No, definitely not. I think...
No, definitely not. I don't feel like he even took time to think about that.
I don't think anyone's seen the best of me yet. I think I've kind of had to adapt and take time, and definitely there's been moments of the season...
He said, I've had to adapt and I've had to take some time. There's definitely been moments this season
where I haven't been at my best. So I think, just trying to kick on now, keep working on the training pitch because I know that's where I'm going to get better. So, yeah, hopefully can keep doing that.
Now, that big sigh at the end kind of makes me feel like that last part of the training pitch thing was kind of disingenuous, but that's just my assumption. To me, what this says is he's aware. Well, we know he's aware of the criticisms. He's limited comments on his Instagram posts. So it's weird. He allows messages, but you can't comment on his posts. It's weird. I don't know. I've seen flashes in the pan from Brennan Johnson. I certainly have seen some nice flashes where I'm like, oh, nice. And then there's also a lot of moments where I'm like, I don't like that. But I mean, he's definitely torn the fan base right down the fucking middle. This is a funny photo. Mo says, what G&A would you want Johnson to have next season or expectation? Look, the nature of this is we just got this guy. He's been here less than a year. So no matter how we feel about it, he's going to play for us next season. That's guaranteed. There's no way he's leaving. Like, I've heard some people say they want to sell Johnson and Kulu. They said sell Johnson, sell Kulu, and get an actual right winger. That's what I've heard people say. Sell Johnson, sell. It was never going to happen. Kulu was bought in the summer. Brennan Johnson was bought in the summer. It's never going to happen. But, like, that's already a feeling that people have. That's crazy to me. Absolutely bonkers. I did digress from my main point, which was about ANGE POSTECOGLOU and rating him this season. But I think the Brennan Johnson thing is still slightly relevant in the sense that he did speak on this after the game. He spoke on that he doesn't think he's been his best. He's shown moments where he's been okay, but he's not been at his best. And then the whole I'm going to do it on the training ground thing because that's where you get better. Hey, I hope he does. I really hope he does. I really hope he does. Let's see what y'all are saying. Don't care. Johnson out. Benito, once these fullbacks stop him from running in behind, he's going to struggle. They have stopped him from running in behind a few times too. And I think that's why those overlaps in from Pedro Porro have helped kind of open him up in that sense. But defensively, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I think the jury's still out for me. I'm still waiting for him to majorly impress me or majorly let me down, if I have to be honest, and give my... I know that kind of sounds like fence sitting now that I say it out loud, but like I don't want to say that this kid is not going to be good enough, because how the fuck can I tell you what some other grown man's going to end up doing with his life? You know, some say age is just a number. He's got his... Yeah, I've seen people take the piss out of him for having his mother as his background. I just think the kid loves his mom. I feel like there's been a lot of weird narratives around Brennan Johnson because he hasn't been the best thing since sliced bread. And he has not been the best thing since sliced bread. But how many GA is he on now? Actually, let's look that up. I don't even know. But he's got a few goals. I think he has 2 goals now, right? 3 goals. He's got 3 goals and 4 assists, 7 GA. Not great, but he's also been thrown into the deep end and been asked to swim, and he hasn't drowned, but he's not necessarily swimming laps like a Michael Phelps. But that doesn't mean that he can't. I don't know. I think we need to give a guy a chance. After the poor lad has received so much stick, he's got some balls doing presser. Don't blame him for barely celebrating. Yeah, I like Johnson, but personally I don't think he's fit enough. And he does get kind of gassed after a little bit. 40 million investment. It's a 50 million price tag. Huge backpack he has to carry. Yeah, he does have to carry that, unfortunately. He did not pack that backpack, but it is a backpack he has to carry nonetheless. Barry Shuttleworth. A lot of non-Spurs fans voting in the poll. Indifferent my ass, says Barry Shuttleworth. Well, we do have people who are not fans of Tottenham Hotspur that do chime in. I see 94 votes in the poll. Big up. We are over an hour here on the stream. 85 likes rather, and 94 votes. Big ups to those of you who have liked the video and also partaken in the poll. I do want to get back to the ANGE talk, but what were y'all saying here about? I'm Spursicus. Big up. How you doing? Johnson needs to leave for his own sake, says Johnson out. Jacob, some people are saying Johnson is a spicy deli alley. That's kind of funny. Give Brennan a chance. We prejudged Bale, and look how he turned out. Everyone develop at different rates, says Peter Ford. Johnson now dictating what a real fan isn't and what a real fan is. Bob Down Under says Johnson needs Dyer back to take the pressure off. That's an indictment of a comment if I've ever seen one, Bob Down Under. Wow. Wow. I'm feeling Brennan Johnson, Kulu, Werner, and Richie are all squad players. Four attackers? We only have like 2 attackers on our bench usually. Or 3. But that's 4. I don't think there's enough room for all of them to ride the bench. But you might be right about their quality, but I don't think there's enough room. Poor man's Jedson Fernandez. Jedson Fernandez didn't get no GA. Not that I'm aware of. Give him time, man, says Richie B. I'm kind of the mind, so let's give him a little bit of time. Jacob, big up on the epic rant on Taylor Swift on Hassam's channel. I did go on a bit of a rant there, didn't I? Some say the most important attribute is availability. He was injured there for a minute, wasn't he? For a little bit? Didn't he get injured? If you're Johnson out this early, it says more about your patience levels and overall intelligence than anything, says Donovan Ostreicher. Well, there you are. Strong words from Donovan. Believing in his man, Brennan Johnson. I ain't mad about it. More about the quality, says Yanis. Chewy, what do you say? Chewy? Chewy. Someone said I woke him up during a watch along, and they're like, he's not deaf. You woke him up. Chewy. No, I think he's deaf for sure, for sure. I think he's very deaf. Or he just doesn't listen to me. I don't know. But anyway, there you go. Brennan Johnson, he had something to say. And there's that guy. This might off topic, but here you go. How much Premier League clubs generate per fan per match? Any guesses where we are? That's right. We are the most. Tottenham generate the most per fan on match day. Next is Manchester United, and after that is Chelsea. But it's us. We are number one in money generated per fan on match day. Huh? How you like that one? That one nice? Y'all appreciate that? Top. And of course, another trophy. That's right. We're number one, baby. So sad. It's very predictable. It's so predictable, right? Anywho, that's kind of fun. Oh, but that's for 21-22. I bet it's even higher now. This is from 21-22. I bet it's higher. I bet it's way higher now. Anywho, Alejo Valise is settling in well at Sevilla, apparently. He said, quote, I'm feeling very comfortable and very happy with this step. With Lamela, I have already established a very nice bond. He invited me to his house, and we had a great chat. So guess what? That is right. Alejo Valise is being taken care of by one of our own, Eric Lamela. Shout out Coco. What a guy. I hope he gets him. I hope he teaches him the ways of the dark arts. We need that. We need a dark arts magician. But big up Alejo Valise. I'm sure he's enjoying Sevilla. What young chap wouldn't? Here's Serge Aurier. Bro. So he said not even one. He's holding up his medal and saying, where are you, Salah? Not even one. Bro, he's calling out Salah, and they've been out of AVCON for a minute. What a guy. He's Serge Aurier, not like Emerson. We have a version of Serge Aurier and Emerson Royale, I think. It's funny. Also, Papa Matisar spoke about being at Tottenham Hotspur. Says, quote, it's a great feeling being part of things here at Tottenham. It has become like a family to me now, so it makes me happy to have renewed my contract with the club. Yes, sir. I bet he's happy to be getting that payday as well. Getting a nice little chunk of change. Says, the view is to stay here for as long as possible so I can really express myself on the pitch, enjoy the experience to the full with the fans, and push on to win trophies. Come on, Papa Matisar. He's talking to me nicely. That's 100% club propaganda. Ain't that nice? Big up Wilton. Hi, Jacob. I'm about an hour late, but let's go. I watched 3/4 of the game, and I'm having to watch my heart rate. Wilton, have you not finished the game? I'll ruin it for you. We won. Don't you worry. Big up JJ says, oi, oi, Jacob. Big up JJ. How you doing, my friend? I haven't even played one clip today, and I feel like I'm really lacking. Is there a clip I should play? Anyone got a clip I should play right now? Goodbye, Spursicus. It was a great ride. Appreciated you being here. How about that? Where was that? Oh, look, there goes Sonny. He's one of our own. That's my captain. What a fucking guy. I had this to help supplement the ANGE talk. When we were doing all of our ratings and we were giving our numbers, Hit the likes, you donkeys. All right.
And the donkey's like, ee-aw. That's the donkey. You're a donkey.
That's a good one. That's a real good one. George says Udogi clip. That's a good one too.
Destiny Adoji. Oh, yes. Oh, Destiny Adoji Day. Hey. Idiots, man.
There we go. That's kind of fun. Rich says, good evening. Happy Udogi Day. Fuck them seagulls. They need some milk. Well, why not give him some milk?
He needs some milk.
There he goes. All right. And also, fuck those seagulls every single time. Jacob, have you found a wolf's clip? Saw one with a hunter holding up a dead wolf. No, won't be showing a dead. I'm not. I don't want to see that personally. No, I don't. This is the thing. As much as I was very graphic in what I would do to a seagull, I don't have that same energy towards any other animal. And the wasp thing was just fucking gnarly. Look, he didn't like the Destiny Udogi clip. He says too far. Sorry about that, bro. But it's a great clip. It is a fantastic top 5 clips I've ever seen. But I want to throw this little bit of information here that's on the screen, that's been on the screen this whole time. I want to throw this into consideration when I do my final assessment here. It says Tottenham and Manchester City are the only 2 clubs in Europe's Big 5 leagues so far this season with 200 plus carries into the penalty area. Now, where's that tab? I was going to compare that with goals scored. So we're definitely getting into the penalty area. We do it more than Manchester City even. We carry the ball more than Manchester City. Oh, look at that. There's my wife. Big up my wife. How you doing, honey? Here, this is for you. If you're listening, look at that. That's for you. The most carries into the penalty area, but even while having damn near 20 more carries in the penalty area than Manchester City, we have scored 6 less goals than them. We've also scored 4 less goals than Liverpool, 2 less goals than Arsenal. We've scored the same amount of goals as Newcastle. We've scored the same amount of goals as Newcastle. And they're booty cheeks. Again, remember I said, big up my sweet wife. How you doing? I don't know what I was going to say. My wife completely distracted me. And we only got 1 pin all season. This is true. That's crazy. We have the most action in the box and we only got 1 pin. That's kind of crazy when you think about it. Big up Will McDonald. Sitting through that was pretty tough. Hey, Ellie says, joining you late, Jacob, but better late than never. And I just had some milk and a Kit Kat. Well, there you go. Glad that you're here, Ellie. Big up, Ellie. Good to see you in the house. We are better than Manchester at 2 things. We have scored in every single match. They haven't. I think we have like the longest streak right now. The longest running streak. Big up P. Says Wagwan misses Jacob. Respect. Oh, definitely respect. Big up. Appreciate that. Another trophy. Another #1 trophy, Johnson. That is absolutely true. Another trophy. Hang it in the Louvre. Hang it in the Louvre. But I thought that was an impressive stat, but also kind of depressing as well. Because if we were just more clinical, we could have so many more goals. Because look at clearly we're getting in and around dangerous areas frequently with touches in the box. Got to make those touches in the box turn into goals, my opinion. So we get more lethal. Shoot, everything could be looking a lot different. You know what I mean? We get some people actually score goals left, right, center, all feet. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, look, y'all, I've asked y'all's opinions on the rating of ANGE. We've looked at some of the quote tweets, some of the responses, 9.5. We're sitting fourth, but out of all the cups early. Lost Kane. Start of a big rebuild. All things considered. Put it in perspective, I'm giving him a 6.5, says Glassy. Craig Sullivan gives him a 6. 9, 8, 10 out of 10. 9.998. Genuinely 9 out of 10 is what they're saying too. 6 out of 10. I want to see some of the reasons of these 5s and 6s. 6 out of 10 says lost 3 games in a row, no clean sheet in about 10, and out of 2 cups far, far too early. Oh, poor Graham. Playing nice football, but this team can't defend at all. I don't understand the hype. And he gave him a 6. So I guess by his account, that's actually a pretty good review. He doesn't understand the hype. He believes we can't defend. And he's upset with our cup exits. Sorry we didn't beat Manchester City in the FA Cup. Sorry. It would be funny if they go on to win that. Bruce Linton says 5 out of 10. Very naive at times. Love that. Very naive at times. Game management poor. Substitutions questionable. This is one of those guys who knows it all, man. He says a gentle giant. All 6 feet 7 inches. What a big lad. Big lad knows it all. I'm glad that he knows it all. 2. Brucey is giving him a 2. He's probably taking the piss. A lot of 7s, a lot of 8s. 9. There's a 5.5. That's not good. There's an 8.5, 7.5, 10 out of 10, 9, 10. 5 being average. Ainge has done a 9. He has transformed this club. Oh, 5 being average. Ainge has done a 9. Okay. There we go. I understand what they meant. 9 out of 10. Yeah. A lot of 8s, 9s, 10s, 7s, 8, 9, 6.5. Can't forget Fulham in the League Cup. Naive at times. Yeah, I don't believe he's naive, in my opinion. I don't think Ainge is naive. I think people who believe he's naive, you're naive. How about that? I mean that in a serious and also in a silly way. But to say he's naive, when they say, oh, I would have done this, the substitutions were questionable, and like, I want people to have their opinions, you know, feel good about the opinions you have. But some of it's crazy, this naivety. I went in ad nauseum about this last week, so no need to elongate a conversation about that again. Also, yeah, fuck off, Sir Alex Ferguson. I didn't like that at all. He's like laughing at us. He said we'll never win the league. He said United will win the league before us. If we invest this summer, we can be so dangerous. Dangerous. We got so much potential in our team. Just look at that squad. Looking forward to the summer transfer window already. Me too. Why is my camera blurry? There we go. That was looking weird. Bob says it's been a great ride so far with Ainge. Let's see where we end up this season. 8 out of 10. Yanis says he is naive. Scott M says Ainge so far 1 out of 10. LOL. Scott M, you couldn't help it. I know it. 10 out of 10 is perfection. Is it really perfect? I'm not going a 10 out of 10. I don't think it's perfect. Nothing is perfect. If we were top of the league, 7 points clear. Shoot, if we were even top of the league 1 or 2 points clear right now, I'd probably give it a 10 out of 10 just because fuck them all. Fuck everybody. But I think my official, I'm going with all things considered, Kane leaving the day before the season started. Coming into this club, and we were in such disarray. There was Eric Dyer, Hugo Lloris just collecting checks. We still have Ben Davies. We still have Højbjerg. We still have Oliver Skip, Emerson Royale. We're not in a perfect place, no. But ANGE, in regards to the fan base, I would say he's done a 9 out of 10. There's still going to be them sour Sallies and the bad apples and the douchebags and the fucking losers. But I would say from the fan base, he's done, I would say, about 9 out of 10. On the pitch, I give that about 8 out of 10. And in cup competitions, well, you can't really give much on that, can you? We only won 1 cup competition game this year. No, well, with ANGE, we've only won 1 cup. So it's not 10 out of 10 for sure. I'm going to say, I think a 7 or an 8 is right around where I'm at. Like, realistically, I should say 7, but because I love him so much, I'm saying 8. An 8 out of 10. I think that's really fair. I think that's very objective as well. But I did give him an extra point because I love him. So, yeah, that's not objective. But I don't really, that's okay. I don't always have to be objective. I let my emotions take over sometime. So I think 8 is where I'm at. 8, that's definitely where I'm at. Let's see what the poll says. 106 votes. Oh, buddy, if we're not on 100 likes, Chewy's not eating dinner tonight. Oh, 96 likes. We're 4 likes away. Do y'all want to see this dog get skinny? Huh? Hit the like. And he gets fat. I'm just playing. He's actually very chunky. So he's going to get fed either way. But if you really want him to feed, I'll give him a bite of my food. How about that? I'll give him a bite of my dinner. If y'all can get this to 100 likes right now. That's 4 people. That's 4 likes. That's 4. Totspur says, okay, Jacob, I give in. I said 7, but I love him too. So on that basis, my rating is up to an 8. Hey, Totspurs, I was right there with you. I think a 7 is fair. I think a 7, all things considered, with on the field cup competitions, where we were to where we are now, the turnaround in the fan base, our outlook, our projection. Yeah, and then the fact that I just fucking love him. How about that? How many likes to give Chewy all of your dinner? 250. But I'm about to end we're going to end the show very shortly, so we're definitely not going to hit 250 while I'm still live. He could eat off my plate. We get 200 likes right now. But that's actually impossible. Mathematically, I don't think it's possible. Unless everyone who's watching right now had 2 burner accounts and they all just double like. That's really the only way. You know what they say about dogs and their owners? You calling me chunky, Janice? Is that what you're saying? Yanis Rublis in here calling me chunky like my dog. You might be right, though. I am kind of chunky. Ainge is not naive, man. He is another notable as he stands out as brave Spartan. Ainge is like Spartacus. Very nice. Big up Donovan. Says, thanks for the stream, brother. That shit means something to me. Donovan, you being here, that shit means something to me.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
And you know what else means something to me, man? George, you gifted a membership and you're a member. That shit means something to me, man. And then I'm also going to say David Shear. That shit means something to me as well. 5 memberships. And not the only 5 that you've gifted. That's a lot of 5. I'm just going to keep these balloons running the entire time I run through Super Chats. How about that? Elvis G says smash the like button with the Super Chat. He sent a Super Chat as a member to just tell you to do the things that are free to help this channel. Bob Down Under with a Super Chat. Talking nicely about ANGE POSTECOGLOU. How sweet it is. Love to see that. Hey, Talking Ball came in and was like number 100. Love to see that. Big up, Colin. If Ainge is getting 7, 8, and 6 months next season, next season could be a 10 out of 10, but we will see. We'll find out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But as far as this bridge for today, Monday into Tuesday from El Paso, Texas, I do appreciate each and every single one of you that tapped in. If you are on playback, make sure you hit the lasers. Hey, All right, that's for you, Becky, because you are a G. Boom. There's some lasers. Pa-pow. How about that? Needless to say, super mature technological advances we have going on here. But I do want to say, if you're on playback, make sure you leave a comment with your rating. I want your number rating, and then I want your vibe rating. And wait, no, not vibrating. You're like the vibe, the rating of the vibe, not vibrating. That's an interesting little play on words there. Very interesting little play on words. I don't need y'all vibrating, okay? I need, if you're on playback, God damn it. If you're on playback, give the rating of the vibe. Fucking, you know what? If you're on playback, hello, how you doing? Talk to me nicely. I can't say it without it sounding like vibrating.
Brother, what's that?
Anyway, sorry about that. I'm going to end the poll. 107 votes, and we got over 100 likes. That's a very sexy ratio. I was going to say sexual ratio, but I would say sexy. Let's not go there. 74% says love ANGE POSTECOGLOU. The future is bright like a diamond. 73%. I like that. 73% of us. That's a passing grade in American. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, that was a Ayo. Big up Bob, appreciate you being here. Big up Wilton, big up Ellie, big up Yanis, big up all the YouTube chat members, whether you're here late or you're here early. Appreciate y'all being here at all and hitting that like, hitting that subscribe, share, all that stuff. We are on the road to 4K, less than 200 away now. Ain't that sweet? So we'll Jacob, to give my vibrating, I need a vibrator. See, this is the dangerous road that I just fucked up. I fucked up at the end of the show here, guys. I fucked it up. All right. I did what we did versus Everton, and I fucked it right at the end. It's not all for loss. We still got a point, but I didn't get the full 3 points tonight. Thank you, Jacob, for the good vibrations. Ain't that sweet? Just a harmless potato. Always good vibrations around here. Nothing but peace and love, harmony, and maybe an occasional middle finger to the pussies. But other than that, big up George. Appreciate you. Big up Donovan. Best show on YouTube. I'll try and score a goal for you, fraud. Hey, I need a brace, Donovan. All right? I need a brace, at least of goal contributions. Come back tomorrow. Tell me how you did. I need a goal and an assist or a brace or 2 assists. Talk to me nicely, Donovan. I need it. Tot Spurs, big up, bro. Great stream. Big up every single time to you. Big up to all the YouTube chat members. Even if I did miss you, know that I miss you. And can't wait to see you back here at United Spurs of America for episode 153. But this is episode 152 of the Untitled Series. I hope you have been too blessed to be stressed this evening, this morning, whatever it may be for you. I hope you conquer the rest of your day in a very fantastic and sexual manner. How about that? So until next time, folks, make sure you stay blessed, stay fresh, up the lads, and come on, you Spurs. Chewy, can you do it for me, Chewy? Chewy, can you do something for me? Quiz.
United Spurs of America with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.